Episode 78. Welcome back, everyone. Quest for You is on, my podcast. You're here. I'm so deeply grateful that you are spending some time with me, and I know your time is valuable, so I'm deeply grateful that you decided to spend it with me on this podcast. Today's episode won't disappoint you. I hope not, because we're going to talk about hope. I hope it works out. I hope I can make it. I hope for the best. I hope nothing bad will happen. We all use the word hope, probably every day. I just used it in the beginning of my episode. And we don't even think about it much. Most of the time, it's just something we say. But there are occasions when we attach weight to the statement, when we really mean it. We have put in work, effort, and sweat, and we are hoping for a positive outcome. Hope means we are now done with our work and we have handed over control to someone else. Maybe people that are evaluating our effort. Maybe circumstances or events that need to occur in order to make the outcome successful. Or both, for everything to fall into place for our hope to materialize into success. Hope can mean anticipation, but it can also mean resignation. Hope can boost our confidence if we are a positive person, or it can bring us down a little because we lack trust in our so-called hope. That's when we just say we hope, but we don't really believe in it. In fact, we may have to force ourselves sometimes. We try hard to conjure up this feeling of hope inside of us. It's unnatural. It's not something that is easily located. Every time I hear messages of hope and somebody encouraging me to be hopeful, I really have to try. I have to look inside and find hope. It's always kind of unnatural for me. You see, I think hope doesn't work. I know it's a bold statement, because the moment I say this, I realize that there are tons of people out there that live by hope. And I get it. I have hoped many times in my life for the perfect circumstances to unfold. And the one example that I think is a good one here to mention is that I still remember waiting for my green card to arrive. I had done everything I could, and in the end, all one does is wait and hope. And I have many more examples. My path towards residency in this country was long and arduous. So please know that I don't take it lightly when I say that hope doesn't work. People daily wait for medical results, financial information, approvals, documents, and so much more. These are situations that determine the course of their life. But hope is elusive. It's not a tool. It's not a strategy or a system. It's not getting us any closer to our goal. Hope often sounds hopeless to me. It means I've settled, maybe even given up. I'm done doing, and now I'm waiting. Waiting for something to happen, while I'm passive. I don't know about you, but I've never been quite happy when there's nothing left to do. Hope is also overused. We can become addicted to chasing the feeling of positivity and confidence. After all, it's all over the media, the message of hope, as I call it. There's nothing wrong with encouraging others. The understanding smile or nod from your parents, that encouraging word from a friend, that unexpected gift on your desk, all these are messages of hope and encouragement. But it's all short-lived. They are a friendly token from others. They are all meant to bring us up, shine some extra light, and ultimately push us forward into action. But many people just live from one message of hope to the next. That's what gives them a sense of purpose. Maybe the church service, the retreat, the conferences and the seminar. They pump up our confidence. But soon the time comes when reality kicks in. What we hoped for didn't turn out the way we thought. Now what? Discouragement, frustration, anger, or another message of hope to keep us from falling apart. Relying on hope is saying, I'm helpless, or I don't know what else to do. I believe there is always more that we can do than just hope. And I'm specifically talking about the giving up kind of hope and the not so sincere hope. In fact, I see 3 levels that all involve some sort of action that I will recommend to you. Next time, when you find yourself telling someone something that starts with I hope, question yourself afterwards. What are you hoping for? Are you really hoping for this to happen? Or did you just throw it out there? And if you do, then think a bit more about it. So here's number 1, and I call it direct action. What can you do that directly will affect the outcome of what you're hoping for? Even when you feel you did it all, it's always good to think again. So you went through 5 rounds of interviewing and now you're waiting on a decision whether or not you got the job. Nothing left to do but hope? Think again. Did you send a thank you note to the people that interviewed you? Maybe you mentioned a project that you worked on during the interview and that they were really interested in. Could you send an email with a summary or some artwork from that project? Are you waiting on test results from a doctor? You can probably fix something in the area of health right now, even without knowing the issue. It won't do any harm, but you will have a head start. I always do this first. I always think about what else can I do? And if I cannot think about anything, and it's something that is really important to me, then I will ask a close friend. Good friends will have good ideas. Number 2 is indirect action. What can you do that indirectly will contribute to a successful outcome? And that's your next step. Even if you cannot directly affect the outcome, the papers have been filled out, the test has been taken, the files have been submitted. Yes, there is an endpoint to certain things. Your name is on the waiting list. You are in line in some bureaucratic system somewhere. Nothing you can do to speed up the process or sway the decision. But indirectly, there's always something you can do. You should always prepare for the next step. Some call it Plan B or backup plan. But instead of hoping blindly and overconfidently while not doing anything, you should prepare yourself at minimum mentally for a different possible outcome. Even if the odds are slim, still do it. Hoping blindly can leave you disappointed, bitter, angry, and feeling defeated. It makes you a victim. If waiting keeps you anxious, what would help? Can you take a trip and enjoy some time away? Can you volunteer or help out someone in a similar situation? This will distract from your own dilemma for a while and give you a sense of purpose. Indirect action will not change the direction of your target of hope, but it will change the focus and may even lead you to discover something new and unexpected. Hope doesn't work. Will does. I've read this somewhere not too long ago. This stuck with me, and what this means to me is this. Work on your inner strength so you can be prepared for the things that you cannot control anymore. Build character and confidence and prepare yourself. Don't just hope. And number 3, I call hope as fuel. The only way to hope, in my eyes, is to use hope as fuel for positive energy. Positive energy in turn will set action into motion. Think of your work. Maybe you landed a job and now you're hoping to grow with the company and rise up into higher positions. We all have worked with people that have that hope, but they feel they are entitled to it based on some measure they have in their mind. And most often it's their years of service for the company. But often their work performance is below average and they don't get promoted. After years of this rejection, people become bitter. They still have hope, but hope does not fuel them. It frustrates and angers them. When hope fuels you, you are on your A game. You feel positive and energized, and this helps you put forth a great effort. Those are the people that contribute with quality work, and they get the promotion. Hope's energy is infectious and contagious. It will inspire people around you. And even then, while just as a spirit, a fire, or an energy, it will ultimately lead you into action. So we've come full circle. Hope alone doesn't work. Think beyond hope. Think, what else can I do? And action of any kind will give you a greater sense of certainty. And that, in turn, will allow you to rely less on hope. I'm ending with a quote with one of my favorite authors, Barbara Kingsolver. I've read all her books, I think. And this quote is from Animal Dreams. The very least you can do in your life is figure out what you hope for. And the most you can do is live inside that hope. Not admire it from a distance, but live right in it, under its roof. The best way to wrap up an episode of Hope. Think how you can live inside your hope and what it will do. I believe it will drive you to pursue step after step and action after action, and it will get you where you would like to go. With much love today. Until next time.